As the offseason is basically at an end, with the NBA starting its preseason now, the current champions, the Los Angeles Lakers, have made numerous changes to their roster, which looks extremely different from last year, but somehow, the Lakers have made their team even stronger than before. As a result in this video, we'll be dissecting and analyzing the players they signed, who they replaced from last year's roster, and how they could very well win another title with these new additions. Let's find out. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy AC3 back with a lit video, cause you know I only drop the best content around here. First off, of course I know this is very late, but I want to thank all of you guys so much since we have finally reached 700 subscribers, which is another step closer to 1000. I'm blown away with the constant support, and I can't wait for this channel to keep growing since I love posting videos for you guys. I'll be posting more after next week since I've been extremely busy these past couple of weeks with exams, which I strongly apologize for, but I will make it up as soon as possible, so thank you for understanding. And also, if you're new here, hit the like and subscribe button right now in order for us to get a step closer to 1000 and join the gang. Other than that, of course, let's get straight into today's video. Let's get it! The Lakers have made so many changes to their championship roster in the offseason, so I'll be going in depth and grading each one based on what the player brings to the team and whether or not that player is a good replacement. The first player the Lakers acquired was of course Dennis Schroeder. The Lakers acquired Schroeder from a trade with the Thunder, and I can confidently say this was an exceptionally good deal for the Lakers, and they basically robbed the Thunder by only giving up Danny Green and the 28th pick in this year's draft. Schroeder is an extremely talented player, and on the Thunder last year, he put up 19 points, 4 assists, and 3.6 rebounds a game, which was honestly extraordinary. He was a strong candidate for 6th Man of the Year and will bring scoring and playmaking to the Lakers and ease up some pressure off of LeBron if LeBron plays the guard position, since LeBron will be turning 36 this December. Additionally, he is a solid replacement for Rondo, who chose to sign with the Hawks this offseason and makes up for the significant blow to the Lakers. Rondo was a significant factor in why the Lakers won the championship this year, but I strongly believe the Lakers could do even better with Schroeder, since he is so young and just starting to enter his prime, whereas Rondo is already old and way past his prime. As a result, the signing was an A+, since Schroeder is an extremely talented player and the Lakers didn't have to give up much for him. The next player the Lakers signed was the actual 6th Man of the Year in Montrezl Harrell. This was honestly such a shock since no one saw it coming, where Harrell signed a 2-year $20 million deal with the Lakers. Although Harrell didn't play very well in the playoffs this year due to family problems, I'm sure he will fit in perfectly and turn it around with the Lakers, where we saw a glimpse of his potential on Friday's preseason game against the Clippers. Harrell put up 13 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists, which was a sample size of how much he can bring to the champs. He is only 6'7", but due to how athletic and young he is, Harrell will enhance the rim protection of the Lakers even more, grabbed in a lot of rebounds, as seen in Friday's game, and ultimately give them a lot of second chance points, unlike Dwight and JaVale last year. Last year on the Clippers, Harrell put up a very solid stat line at 18.6 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block a game in the regular season, and if he can keep up stats like that this year, he will benefit the Lakers' offense and defense significantly. Harrell will most likely be coming off the bench, similar to his role in the Clippers, but he will undeniably be an important piece in the 2021 playoffs. As a result, the Lakers get a solid A on this signing, since Trez is way better than the centers that the Lakers had this year. The third player the Lakers signed this offseason was Wesley Matthews from the Milwaukee Bucks. Unlike the two previous players, Matthews is a lot older, but he brings even more veteran leadership to the Lakers, and in my opinion, is better than the player he's replacing in Danny Green. Matthews is a 3-and-D player, similar to Green, but honestly, does most things better than Green on both ends of the court. For starters on defense, Matthews is a much more physical and aggressive wing defender compared to Danny Green, who was a liability due to his passiveness. The Lakers always had some kind of help for Green on defense last year, but I'm sure this won't be the case for Matthews. Additionally, on the offensive end, Matthews is more consistent than Green, especially from the 3. In the postseason this year, Matthews shot 40% from downtown, but on the other hand, Green only shot 34% from the 3, which goes to show that Matthews could be a better player than Green in that position. With a much more aggressive defender and better shooter for a cheaper price at only a 1-year $3 million deal, the Lakers for sure took a huge win, and it deserves a grade of a B+. Finally, the last major piece the Lakers signed in this offseason was Marc Gasol from the Toronto Raptors. Although Gasol is entering his 14th NBA season and is a shell of his former self compared to him on the Grizzlies a couple years back, I can still totally see him making an impact off the bench, or potentially starting. Unlike the previous centers that the Lakers had and Montrezl Harrell, Gasol can space the floor and is known for his notorious three-point shot. Last season with the Raptors, Gasol shot 39% from 3 and 44% the season before, which will definitely be a threat to other teams. Additionally, by spacing out the floor, the center guarding Gasol will be pulled out even more, which will allow more successful isolation plays to happen, since the paint is a lot more open. He gives the Lakers a lot more options compared to other centers, and you still have to remember, Gasol is still 7 foot even though he is old, which means he can still grab a lot of rebounds and protect the paint like Dwight and JaVale. In my opinion, he's even better than JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, which is definitely another strong signing for the Lakers. As a result, this move by the Lake Show deserves a solid A. Overall, unsurprisingly, in this offseason, as I mentioned before, the Lakers got better despite losing 5 key players in Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, and Avery Bradley. This is because they got 2 players who are very solid and talented in Harrell and Schroeder, and also got a more consistent player compared to Danny Green and Wesley Matthews. Furthermore, they signed Marc Gasol in order to replace JaVale and Dwight. As a result, the Lakers look extremely stacked and have a very deep roster, but what do you think? Do you agree with me that these new additions will be a major factor in how the Lakers could win it all this year again? Let me know in the comment section below about what you think, and please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos since it helps you out so much. So until next time, AC3 out!